Have you ever wondered why relationships that once felt full of passion and excitement can, over time, start to feel distant and routine? In the beginning, love feels effortless. Every conversation is filled with laughter, every moment together feels special, and there's a deep sense of connection that makes you believe nothing could ever change. But as the years pass, something shifts. Many men start to notice subtle but undeniable changes in their relationship. The affectionate touches become less frequent. The long, deep conversations that once lasted for hours are replaced with short, practical exchanges about daily responsibilities. The excitement that once filled the air between you now feels like a distant memory. Slowly, what was once an intense and loving bond starts to feel like a routine partnership, and it leaves many wondering what happened. If you've ever felt this shift, you're not alone. It's something that happens in many relationships. But here's the thing, it's not random, and it's not a sign that love has disappeared. There is a clear and practical reason why women lose interest over time, and once you understand it, you'll realize that there's a way to bring back the spark and connection. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share could completely change the way you see your relationship, and, more importantly, how you can strengthen it. In the beginning, attraction feels effortless. When a relationship is new, both partners naturally put in effort to impress each other. There's excitement in every interaction, and even the smallest gestures, like a thoughtful message or spontaneous compliment, feel meaningful. During this phase, love is fueled by novelty, curiosity, and the thrill of discovery. Every conversation feels fresh, and the simple act of being together brings joy. But as time passes, things start to change. The excitement of the unknown fades, and what was once spontaneous starts to become routine. Daily responsibilities take over: work, bills, household tasks, maybe even children, and the relationship shifts from being the center of attention to something that exists in the background. Many men assume that once love is established, it should remain strong on its own. But relationships don't work that way. Women in particular are deeply influenced by the emotional climate of the relationship. When the effort, excitement, and emotional connection start to fade, so does their level of attraction. This doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow process, often unnoticed at first. Small moments of disconnection add up. The deep conversations that once made her feel understood become quick exchanges about errands. The little surprises and affectionate gestures that once made her feel special slowly disappear. And, before you know it, the relationship feels more like a partnership of convenience rather than an emotional bond. The truth is, women don't just lose interest for no reason. They don't wake up one day and suddenly stop feeling love or attraction. The shift happens because their emotional needs are no longer being met. While men often focus on stability and consistency in a relationship, women crave emotional connection. When that connection weakens, so does their desire to engage, communicate, and show affection. The simple but powerful reason why women lose interest over time is emotional neglect, not necessarily in an intentional or cruel way, but through small, unnoticed gaps that form in daily interactions. In the early days of a relationship, men naturally show attention, appreciation, and curiosity. They listen intently, engage deeply, and make an effort to express love. But as time goes on, that effort can slowly fade. Conversations become surface level, compliments become rare. Time together feels more like a habit than a meaningful experience. Without realizing it, many men stop doing the very things that made their partner feel valued and connected in the first place. And for women, this change isn't just something they think about, it's something they feel. A woman may not even be able to put it into words, but she senses when the energy of the relationship has shifted. She notices when affection feels like an afterthought. She recognizes when deep, meaningful connection has been replaced by routine conversations about responsibilities. Over time, this emotional disconnection leads to a loss of attraction, and eventually, resentment or indifference can take its place. There's actually a scientific reason behind this shift. Women's emotional connection in relationships is closely tied to their brain chemistry. In the early stages of love, dopamine, the feel-good hormone linked to excitement and novelty, is at its peak. Every interaction feels thrilling, every touch is electric, and even simple conversations can bring joy. But over time, as the relationship becomes more familiar, dopamine levels naturally decline. This doesn't mean love disappears, but it does mean that the excitement of the unknown is no longer fueling the connection. At this stage, another hormone becomes even more important: oxytocin, also known as the bonding hormone. Unlike dopamine, which is sparked by excitement, oxytocin is released through deep emotional connection, trust, and intimacy. Women thrive on oxytocin, and it plays a crucial role in how they experience love and attraction. But here's the problem. When a relationship falls into routine and emotional connection fades, oxytocin levels drop, making a woman feel less attached, less engaged, and ultimately, less interested in her partner. This is why small moments of emotional connection matter more than people realize. A meaningful conversation, a thoughtful gesture, or simply showing genuine appreciation can trigger oxytocin and strengthen the bond. But when these things disappear and the relationship starts to feel like an obligation rather than a source of fulfillment, a woman's feelings start to shift. She may not be able to explain why, but she feels different, and that difference is what creates distance in the relationship. The good news is that this shift isn't permanent. Women don't lose interest because they want to. They lose interest because something essential is missing. And the key to reigniting that connection isn't grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's about consistently meeting emotional needs in small but meaningful ways. The little things that once made her feel special, understood, and valued are the same things that can bring back her desire, affection, and warmth. One of the most powerful ways to rebuild attraction is through active listening. When a woman feels heard, she feels connected. Many times men try to solve problems or give advice, but what she really wants is to feel understood. Instead of responding with logic alone, show empathy. Validate her feelings. A simple shift from "here's what you should do" to "I see why you feel that way" can make a huge difference in how she connects with you. Another key factor is bringing back elements of spontaneity and surprise. Relationships fall into patterns, and while stability is important, too much predictability can make things feel stagnant. This doesn't mean you need to constantly plan extravagant dates, but small surprises, a heartfelt compliment, an unexpected hug, or even taking the initiative to plan something special can reignite the excitement that once came naturally. Emotional availability is another major factor. Many women lose interest because they feel emotionally disconnected from their partner. Being physically present is not the same as being emotionally present. Instead of just being in the same room, engage. Ask about her thoughts, her feelings, her day, not out of obligation but with genuine curiosity. Connection isn't built through proximity. It's built through meaningful interaction. Lastly, shared experiences matter. One of the biggest reasons relationships lose their spark is that couples stop growing together. They stop creating new memories. They fall into the same routines and forget what it's like to explore life as a team. Trying new activities together, traveling to new places, or even learning something new as a couple can bring back the sense of adventure and closeness that keeps a relationship alive. At the end of the day, women don't lose interest overnight. It's not about falling out of love. It's about feeling emotionally disconnected. The good news is that this can be changed. The attraction, the connection, and the warmth that once felt so natural can return when the right effort is made. It's not about being perfect or making dramatic changes. It's about consistently showing up in ways that make her feel valued, heard, and emotionally connected. If you've been noticing distance in your relationship, don't wait for it to get worse. Start small. Make an effort to listen more deeply, to bring back those little moments of affection, and to show her that she still matters to you in the same way she did when you first fell in love. These small actions may seem simple, but they have a powerful effect. They remind her of why she chose you in the first place. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever noticed a shift in your relationship over time? What do you think is the biggest challenge in keeping love and connection alive? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights on relationships and personal growth. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.